everyone, welcome back to another Transformers toy review. Today we're taking a look at an offering from Mastermind Creations. This is from their Perfection series. This is PS-17 Probus Ground Assault. This is their take on a masterpiece Brawl. So we've taken a look at the other four Combaticons so far. So this is the last one. So once I've done this review, I'll then start on doing a kind of full combiner review where we take a look at all of them side by side. But here he is out of the packaging, here in his tank mode. When you get him, this bit will be kind of pushed in, so you can pull this bit out just to extend the barrel, and it does lift up and down, and this piece here does kind of rotate all the way around, and you can also kind of lift it up. There's kind of this on the side here, so you can kind of maneuver it around in a few different ways. It's nice paint on the bottom here on the tank treads. There's kind of wheels underneath. There's a few accessories and stuff that it does come with. So one thing to be wary of, you've got these already come plugged in, so there's like little wing mirrors on it, which are painted silver in there. They're soft plastic, but just be careful with them. You've got some railings on here. Again, this is soft plastic, sort of covering these kind of metal bits coming out of here. I think this bit lifts up as well. I think they both lift up there as well, which is quite a neat little thing to it. Does that move or do anything? Oh, that does do something. I don't know if that's to do with the turret, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure what that button there does actually. What that kind of locks into place. Interesting. But yeah, the accessories you get are these two little kind of radio antenna things, and they plug in at the back here. They're soft plastic. I was a bit worried that they, you might be able to break them, but they seem pretty bendy, so that's not an issue there. You get his blaster here, which he would be able to hold in his hand in robot mode, like that. In this mode you can have it like that, and it will then plug onto here like so. You then get this additional kind of cannons, which is kind of a nod to what the toy had as well. I'm not sure if they actually featured this in the cartoon or not, so they may well do. And there's a couple of little notches here and one there, and just fits over this gap here like that. It does hold in fairly well, but you wouldn't want to pick it up by that. It will kind of drop out. But these then, as you can see, it does clip in okay, but just moving these around are quite stiff. But these can move all the way around. And does this bit move at all? No. There's a little bit of paint in here. It's a fairly secure connection, but just moving them around does kind of knock it out of place a little bit. So you probably want to hold on to them as you kind of move them around. But it's pretty cool looking vehicle mode. There is another accessory that comes with it, which is this kind of combiner piece, which is a replacement part, I believe, for Onslaught to fit in his shoulder, like a different ratchet. So that does come with some instructions on how to take out one connector and put in the other one. It doesn't really explain the reason behind that. I presume that this other one's a little bit stronger, because I think probably Brawl's probably going to be it's going to be, who's going to be on the arms? It'll be probably Blast Off on that arm, so probably that he's maybe a bit heavier. So I'll try it without first, and then we'll do it with. So there's a picture of Blast Off side by side. Just get them, move them in this picture a bit. So yeah, Blast Off is a little bit bigger than him. I will, on my full review, show them all together. The box is nice as well. this kind of real smooth detailing of him in robot mode is really good. Picture in robot mode and vehicle mode there with all the bits on there. Robot mode on the side there again, and then on the back kind of it's almost like a combination thing, showing from combined mode into tank, then back into robot. You've got his bio here and his tech specs. So what it says is Probus is great in the battlefield, and his style can be best summed up as a giant wrecking ball of destruction. He will often destroy his enemies along with everything in a 3-kilometer radius. Probus is in close battle style is described as a rabid animal attacking his prey with no sense of strategy. High praise indeed. His only goal is to see the life energy flow from his enemy, a blinking, dying spark. Oh, that's a bit dark, isn't it? And then you've got the little red decoder thing to go over here, so you can read his stats there. So you can see he's doing okay on endurance, courage, firepower, but pretty low on intelligence and speed. Even rank as well isn't too great. But if you can't be bothered to read all of that, you can use the little card that he comes with. So this is nice, a little collector's card. It's just made out of paper, cardboard, and then you've got the same on here and the readouts on here as well. With it as well, as you would normally expect, you get your instruction booklet, and through it, the other extra thing I forgot to tell you about is the extra head, which I think we've already seen on a previous review, and it's fairly straightforward. I've only transformed him once, both ways around, so doing this will be the second time, so I've only recently transformed him back into tank mode. So first thing that you want to do, take this off. I might just take these off just to be on the safe side. I don't want to knock them off or anything. Take the gun off, plug this in like that. I'm going to move this up out of the way. Now the legs can push down, and there's little connectors either side here, and when you press them in, you'll be able to pull the legs out. So depending on how you want to do it, you might want to split the legs out first like that and then pull them out. So I've already pushed them in, so I've been able to do that part of it okay. But when you're getting it back into tank mode, you'll find that that's stuck, so then you want to push that in to be able to combine it back. Okay, so that's just one thing to be aware of. Now to fold out the legs, there's lots of different bits that kind of fold up out of the way here. Now this kind of wants to come out like that. Like so. Then just checking. Underneath here, the feet fold out. Like so. You see there's lots of other bits that kind of fold out and do different pieces in here. All kind of connected with this tank mode. So again, they kind of, it's almost like a Combiner Wars sort of thing that you want to do with these legs, where they are kind of all fold out. I think it's like that. You want them. I think that's the correct configuration. And these bits kind of just fold into that gap in there, just to help that stand up properly. Do these bits come down as well? These bits may well come down and fill in that gap there as well, actually. That would make sense. Like that. I think that's how that goes. On the back here, or on the front anyway, these bits fold down. Because at some point I think we may have to move this around like this. So this is kind of going to be the front of him here. Just making sure everything can fold in properly. Like that. Then I'm just going to lift the camera up so we can just concentrate on the kind of top half of the body. This piece here, this middle section, is going to come out, so it's probably best to pull the arms out like that, like so, and then this piece is going to open up. From memory then, I think this bit comes down. Now move these arm pieces all the way out of the way. Then they come round to the side, like that. Facing forward. You see the head is kind of hidden just underneath here. So you may have to open this bit up first to find out the head, is it? So there's the head in there. So you just want to pop that through. Yeah, so it can only can't go through that way, so you do have to push it through the other way. So I think you have to fold that in like so. And that should then fold all the way out through this side here, and then you can close this bit down like that and like that over there. So you can see it's kind of taking shape, that top half anyway, like that. So these arms, they're all kind of tucked in underneath here, so you want to bring this piece up first of all, things like that. So I'll do that on both sides, and then it all kind of unravels. So you see it's pegged into underneath there. You want to bring this out. This is then pegged into here, so you want to pull it out towards you, and then you're gonna bring the arms in. This bit kind of comes back and folds into this gap here. It kind of folds in like that, and then you can see where it pegs in like so. So I'll try my best to replicate that on the other side. It's a bit tricky with the camera in the way. So like that. So you can see. So it's a case of unplugging everything and unwinding it out. So you can see where this bit is plugged into here. You want to bring that out, bring this bit down. That bit takes a little bit of force to do, so just be wary. Plug those bits together, and then this piece here is going to come back, fold into that gap there, and it does actually peg in just there, like that. So then bring that in. Bring these back, kind of fold out his thumb, just straighten him up a little bit. You see at the moment he's got his everything kind of pulled forward, so just straighten this bit up like that, and then bring this bit. Might be where you use this bit here. That bit lifts up, I didn't notice that. So what that does is lifts this piece up. So I didn't actually realise that. That's what that does. So it means then you can have that a little bit further up. So I think for this mode you probably want to have it up like that. So I think we want to rotate this around. So you probably have to. Do you have to hold on to that and do it that way? Oh yeah, and then rotate it around. Okay, so that's how you do that bit. So just straighten up the arms and everything else like that. Straighten out the legs. I think you have those bits facing forward. And oh yeah, I think they do on the. They do have these bits out on the instructions. The other thing is about this. So where does this go? So his gun will fold out like that, and you see there's a little slot in the hand. So rotate that thumb that way, fill in that, and then wrap that around there, and he holds that gun just fine like that. I will just check the feeds. Feedy. So does it show where to peg in the actual? Can't see where to. How to plug the gun in on the back. Right, so it's got that. Ooh. So that bit kind of came off a little bit. I'm just going to plug that back in. So I think if you're gonna have the guns, I think you have to have it like that. So you have to pull that back. Like that. Pull that in like so. And then you can then plug it in the back there. You see there's a little slot? I think that's how you're supposed to do it. It doesn't seem right, does it? I think that is it with the gun facing down. It looks like it. On the instructions, they certainly show it plugged into that piece there, and that is the only way I can get it with everything down, is to have that all facing down that way. There is also a bit that they show you in terms of securing the foot as well. So I'm just going to take that off because I think it looks better the other way round. Like that. Twirl that a bit around. So I think it looks better with the other bit on there, but you can do that. In terms of securing the foot, what it shows you is on the ankle that you peg that into there, is it? Right, sorry about that. Just got disconnected there for a second. It's a good job. I was faffing about with the feet anyway, but yeah, that's the kind of look you could go for. You can obviously push that tighter flat to him if you want to. You can then have these bits plugged in. As mentioned, if you do want that other gun plugged in, you do have to turn this around and then peg it in via the slot that's underneath there. My preference is certainly to have it like that. The feet do secure in, so you have to line this bit up so this bit connects like that, and that secures it in. This bit folding down is which I did have originally. That is for the combined mode, so you don't need to have that in. In fact, if you do have that folded down, it does kind of hinder the movement. So yeah, it's pretty bulky boy. I do love the head sculpt on him. It's definitely, they really nailed the kind of cartoon look for him. If I bring in Swindle, and this is the head sculpt, extra head sculpt I think that came with him, you can see that they've got the balance right there as well. You know, Brawl's a little bit bigger than Swindle, which is nice. Obviously, when we come around to do the full review of the combined mode, we'll be able to see them all side by side, and you can see how they all kind of differ slightly in size. Talking of which, let's bring in Onslaught. I'll just bring that out a second, and you can see, yeah, he's a fair bit bigger than him, which is right. Let's pop that off to the side there. You can see he makes a bit of a noise as you do that. I'll go through the articulation and everything on him. Obviously, he holds the gun in his hand absolutely fine. And, you know, that is kind of in scale. They haven't gone for massive kind of weapons on these guys, but that's fine. So, the head, great paint, good sculpt work on it. Nothing too complicated though. You can do the confused Combaticon look. You can go up a little bit, down a fair bit, and rotate that head all the way around. These arms can come up, come down, out to the side. They can rotate all the way around. You get swivel there, bend on the elbow there. That takes you up to there, back. Can you get any more than that? There you can get it like that, but it sort of breaks up a little bit there. So you can do that. The hands rotate around. They open up. Here we go. So don't know if that's gone dark or not. So the hands rotate around in here. The thumb's on a ball peg, so that moves independently. These fingers are all move independently as well, but they're just on a base pin, so they just all move together, I think. Yeah, so that's fine. And then you've got this section here where you can plug in your weapon. That's no problem. You've got these guns face forward here. I mean, you can have them facing that way if you like, but they're supposed to be kind of facing forward. Not loads of paint on this guy, but a few little bits here and there. Obviously all these bits down here, which we mentioned, which show up in tank mode. I've added a repro sticker on here. I had to look to see on the kind of cartoon one where they had it, so I kind of done it in line with that. You kind of got these hip flaps here, which mean you can move the leg all the way up there. You can move it out to the side here, and it holds pretty well. You're kind of hindered by the tank turret here, but you can get it all the way back, more or less. And that's the other thing to show, is that you do get a serious ab crunch there, which yeah, so that goes all the way forward like that. Back rotation at the waist, which goes all the way around, so a fair bit of articulation there. There's rotation here at the top of the leg, a bend in the knee, which I'm not sure if I should have that bit plugged in or not, but is it supposed to go back like that? I think it's supposed to go in like that. Yeah, so it takes you back to there. That's fine. Tilt comes out here like that. So that's as far as it goes. So how wide can you get the feet? You can still get them fairly wide with them kind of being flat, if you see what I mean. The feet can move forward that way, toes forward and back like that. These bits kind of open up, so it just exposes some sort of tank bits, and then these bits can also move back as well, and that's the kind of locking mechanism that I was saying about. It's supposed to kind of lock in there like that, and gives you an extra bit of support back at the heels. So yeah, you can get him into pretty dynamic poses, I would say. But yeah, he looks pretty good. Impressed with him. They've done a good job on this one, I think, in my opinion. Definitely looks like how the figure should look, and he can hold his gun fine. You can display this bit on him. I probably prefer not to, just because then you have to kind of put the tank turret around the other way. But yeah, you can do that. Overall, pretty good. Scales well with the rest of them. Quite a fun transformation as well. That's really it for this review. Next one will be looking at the combined mode. So what I'll do to start off with is I'll show all of them in their robot mode, and then we'll take a look at them all in their vehicle mode so you can see them all together, and then we'll go and transform them from one mode to their combined mode, and then we'll go and transform them, combine them, and see what it looks like. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the review. Everyone stay safe, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.